Anita, I'm so glad to have you here. I
Well,
think,
thank you for asking me. It's a pleasure.
no, not at all. It is, I feel like I've kind of hit the jackpot a little bit because I know that you are a little bit of the queen of family businesses, and we'll talk more about it from Family Business Place and all the magazines, of course, that you've been involved with and branding. And I know now you are also in a family business with your daughter for Irene and Jenny.
My
Um,
fourth family business, don't forget, because she was been in all of my businesses. And
right.
this is my fourth one now.
Yes, yes. So you have all of the experience again and again, four takes. And I mean, tell me more about Family Business Place, and also just yourself and your work right now. And yeah, say more about you.
Okay. I think as an entrepreneur, life is like this. And I say to people, I have failed more times than
Mm.
most people have tried.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
because my mother was a tiger mum,
Uh-huh.
in my DNA is this, how can I say, this thing about striving for success, to be the best, and
Mm.
also to make a better life for my family, that my mother did for us. And
Mm.
we came from very, very modest beginnings because she was a refugee from China, and I told you that story. So
Mm.
things happen, don't they, in life? And I remember I was working for this amazing private bank because I trained as a PA.
Mm.
And I was getting on the train from Gillingham to Cannon Street, doing it for a year. And I got on the bus, on the train one day, and I thought, is this my life? Is this my life?
Mm.
I got back on the train at Cannon Street, went home, phoned my old art teacher, and I said, I want to go to art school.
Mm.
Went to night classes, went to art school, left there,
Mm.
and my first jobs were art editing to magazines in the building industry and
Mm.
marketing as well. And it's funny because the marketing manager and me, because I'm half Chinese, it was the time of Ken Hom, and he used to ask me for all my Chinese recipes at work. It was really funny. Anyway, I then left and went to a national magazine to help them relaunch one of their magazines called She Magazine.
Yes.
And then I was there for about 9 months, and I just felt like I just needed to do more, needed to do more, needed to do more. And I remember going into sort of one of the pods there with my art director and saying, I'd like to do some front covers now, and I'd like to do some fashion shoots,
Yeah.
and I'd like to. And she said, Anita, if you do those, what will I do? So that really sort of, right, I've got to get out of here.
Oh,
Nicest
right.
way, because she was dear to me and I learned so much.
Yeah.
And then long story short, I started a boutique design agency. We're very
Yes.
lucky. I grew it to £1 million turnover with 10 people, traveled the world, won awards,
Mm.
um, did beautiful things. And as I said to you before, we were really not accepted. I was really not accepted in the design community when I started because
Mm.
I went against the grain of everything
Okay.
that the main uh, heavies, and one of them was
Mm.
pitching. And of course, when you're a nobody, I
Yeah.
pitched for everything I could, and
Yeah.
I won the business. Okay, grew
Mm.
my business, which is great. And my family, we had a wonderful life. We had a lovely house, holidays, cars, you name it, we did it. My team were wonderful and brilliant, and
Mm.
I take them to away days to Barcelona or
Mm.
Bilbao or Paris, just to say thank you. New York, I remember, I thought,
Ah,
if we hit our £1 million target, I'll take everyone to New York. And
yeah.
we did
And you did it.
£5. We did. I took them. It cost me a bloody arm and a leg, but it's sort of like that's because they're my family. They were my family. Okay.
Mm.
My
Mm.
daughter joined as my PA. Then I lost the whole business in 2008, as I told you. And I
Mm.
thought I was going to have a heart attack. I thought,
Yeah.
how can this be? What? And I didn't know at the time that 2008 was the great crash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I lost everything, my business. I had to place my staff in different places. I almost lost my house. I had to ring fence that, but I lost everything. And I
Yeah.
owed a six-figure amount to HMRC, big time.
Yeah. Oh, the panic.
And then uh, two things happened to me. And one was a friend came up to me and said, "Do you fancy going to Uganda for the weekend? We go Friday, come back Monday. Uganda. I've got nothing else to fucking well do. I've lost my business. Yes, I'm coming." And I talked about that story, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Then
You can
another,
definitely tell it again if you want, because it's
I
it's a
will do,
good
I will do. And
story.
then another, well, okay. So I went to Uganda, 8 of us on a minibus. We saw the killing fields, orphanages, schools, met all the sort of villages and the borehole um, water wells that are being drilled by a charity.
Yeah.
And I came back on the minibus. All of us on the minibus went back and did things. One
Mm.
opened a nursery, one did the IT, someone adopted an orphan,
Wow.
sort of like just with helping with money, etc. And
Mm.
I was absolutely moved to tears when I saw a borehole well being tapped because we turn on our taps and we get fresh
Yeah.
water,
Yeah.
and bad water kills more people than
Mm.
AIDS
Yeah. Yeah.
and malaria combined. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I came back and I said to my friend, right, we're going to trek the Sahara Desert and we're going to raise money and build a borehole well in Uganda.
Yeah.
So we did.
So you
And we did
did.
it for a charity. And we raised enough money for 3 borehole wells because I then got roped to my church and then my local sort of parish.
Yeah.
So there are 3
Yay.
in Ditton where I live.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to park that there for the minute.
Okay.
And then another friend of mine, he was my coach actually, said, "Hey Anita, there's a family business conference going on in Bristol.
Mm.
You'll enjoy it," because my clients, some of them were the Engelhorn family were very big family businesses. The Pure Circle family were owned by a Russian oligarch, so they were family businesses, but they were
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so he said in Bristol. I said, well, where's Bristol? Do you know who I am? Because my life had been London, Paris, Australia,
Mm. Mm.
America, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Um, and he said, and family business, what's that?
Yeah.
Because
Uh-huh. Yeah.
at corporate level, although it's owned by a family, there
Yeah.
will be a serious corporate
Yeah.
um, board, a way of working,
Yeah.
which sits in front of the family. Okay,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
how they operate.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I'd never heard of family businesses. I just thought, like everyone else, make jam,
Yeah.
make beer,
Yeah.
make guitars,
Yeah.
farm,
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, so I said, so off I trot. So I thought, well, got nothing else to do.
Let's
And
go.
I did my business.
Yeah.
I went to Bristol to the watershed
Mm.
and I attended a family business conference.
Mm-hmm.
And I was absolutely smitten by the stories of all
Mm.
the family businesses that came there.
Yeah.
They talked about everything you could think of. There were
Mm.
multi generations, some were 2 generations, some
Mm.
were 10 generations, then all over the Southwest,
Yeah.
because the Southwest, big agricultural
Mm.
parts. So you can imagine anything to do with food and beverage
Yeah.
or anything that's akin to that is
Yeah.
done there because they have the best weather, they have the
Mm.
best countryside, and
Yeah.
everyone grew up on the land, so everything
Yeah.
sparked from there.
Mm.
And then I heard the stories about next generation not wanting to go into the family business because
Yeah.
they'd been given the opportunity to go to university, but perhaps they
Mm.
were doing theology, but they didn't want
Mm.
to come back and dig roads, that their
Business.
parents had a road digging business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Others wanted to go and that they studied other sort of anthropology and didn't want to go back to making shoes. Do you see what?
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
So um, I went the next year and I sponsored the next year because branding is all about telling stories. And for
Yeah.
me, at the corporate level, my job was to tell the story of the current CEO.
Mm.
They have 100 days to change things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so my skills really was, how do I interpret, how do I change hearts and minds through communication, which was all about design, branding,
Mm.
copywriting, and all that great stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And so anyway, I sponsored it for the next year, went back again. Then I came
Uh-huh.
back, and no, so the two owners of that business asked me if I would join them because of my marketing expertise.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, yes, uh, on two counts. One is that I can take this concept to the nation.
Uh-huh.
I live in the southeast, and you're in
Yeah.
the southwest. Where is that?
Uh,
The nation, because my head has always been about working on
mm, mm,
national and global scales.
uh-huh.
And the other is if I can have equity, I need to have ownership because a lot of what they were doing, I was doing for nothing
Yeah.
because I could.
Yeah.
And I
Mm,
had a team, so I could dedicate some of my resources to
mm,
helping.
mm.
And so that was fine. But
Mm.
after a year, long story short, um, I set up Family Business Place on my own, the place for family businesses.
Yeah.
And I created a magazine called Generation,
Mm-hmm.
conferences, awards,
Was.
local family business forums,
Uh-huh.
and a membership.
Mm,
And I retrained with the Family Firm Institute in Boston. So I am an accredited
mm, mm.
advanced professional in family business advising and family business wealth advising.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's how I came about to do that. But
Okay.
as an entrepreneur, it's all about it's all about the money. You
Mm.
can't sustain what you're doing unless you're earning money. So
Yeah.
everything I did,
Yeah.
I tried to understand how we could possibly monetize that. But
Yeah.
also as a creative,
Mm.
money doesn't move me. It's all
Yeah.
about the spark, the creativity, the idea, the fun, the passion, how you can infect everyone with your enthusiasm and your love of
Yeah.
art and design. Okay, that's
Mm.
me. But I had
Mm.
a fantastic team that did all that other stuff. They
Yeah.
were the organized people, had an amazing team.
Mm.
And at Family Business Place, it got to the point where we were 80% girls, 20
Uh-huh.
guys, all right? And because I
Yeah.
have three daughters,
Yeah.
I was on a mission.
Mm.
So women
Yeah.
have been so sidelined. And it was a
Yeah.
fantastic opportunity for us to grow this business
Yeah.
to um, to raise the profile of women doing fantastic things in family businesses,
Mm.
to encourage and give other women the confidence in their family
Mm.
business to take more senior posts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's why my networking of
Mm.
family business was so important because then I could network these women with other women that have done it, seen it, been there, and were successful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
next generation, because you have to be
Mm.
18 to understand how an
Mm.
18-year-old thinks.
Yeah.
And don't
Yeah.
forget, I had daughters and they were ranging from age 20 to 30.
Mm. Okay.
So we already had a fantastic
Yeah.
um, empathy. And
Yeah.
Amalia actually she designed onboarding of next generation personal development in family
Mm.
business.
Love it.
And that's when I also created the discovery workshops
Mm.
because I have to ask the questions that no one
Mm.
had to ask
Yes. Got you.
from.
Got you.
What do you want,
Mm. Mm.
year old, 20-year-old,
Yeah.
40-year-old,
Mm.
50-year-old, 70-year-old?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were very successful because, it's difficult. You have to be like United Nations,
Mm. Yeah.
but also, you know, you have to say it as it is.
Mm.
As long as you have a solution or
Mm.
a plan, not a solution because you build the solutions together, but
Mm.
a plan of
Yeah.
a map of how you could go forward,
Yeah. Yeah.
then that's the beginning. And then it's up to the family then to either
Yes.
retain you
Right.
as
Yeah.
it do,
Yeah.
or they can say, okay, we'll retain you for a year,
Mm.
build up our executive committee,
Mm.
which is the family council,
Mm.
the
Mm.
family assembly, which you've heard of. okay,
Yes.
which is separate to the operating business,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And and I always say you can always get another business, you can
Mm.
have another family, but you
Mm.
cannot combine the two
Mm.
because there will be blood.
Mm.
And also, I've met too many who are now estranged from the
Mm.
very
Right.
people they
Yeah.
nurtured and grew up with.
Yeah.
And it's just not worth it. It's just not
Mm.
worth it.
Right.
I remember Charlie Mullins from Pimlico Plumbers at our conference saying one day, if I knew how brilliant my family, working my family were and how useful they were, I
Ah,
would have employed all of them.
nice.
Tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't. It was just great coming to work with all my family. At one point, I
Yeah.
had a husband helping with research. My
Mm.
three daughters were in it. My son was doing photography, assisting my son-in-law, who used to take all the photography. We were all in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way because everybody else in the industry thought we were the young pretenders,
Mm.
the bankers, the
Mm.
lawyers,
Yeah.
the consultants,
Yeah.
the accountancy firms,
Mm.
private equity,
Yeah.
because they were the professionals that knew how to deal with the wealth.
Yeah.
And I call them the engine room and the experts.
Mm.
But their very nature was people that came and went, come and go,
Mm.
go, you get
Yeah.
a job,
Yeah.
stepping stone.
Yeah.
But for me, I wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah. You stay.
And I'm still here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I decided I'll give it a go because there is room and nobody else was doing it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
the FSB,
Mm-hmm.
FSB, I think it's the
FSB?
FSB, I think that was a family. Anyway, it started off in Switzerland and now I think there's a branch in England. And so I tried to make friends with them. Yeah, Federation of Small Family Business.
Yeah. The FSB, that's a Federation of Small Business. The
Yeah, no,
FB something?
family business,
A?
family FB, Family Business Association. It might be that. I
A
can't
F
remember.
FBA?
Tried to make friends with those, but I think the difference was they were a great organisation, but they just looked after the premium echelons,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
F
wealthy
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
So there's definitely room in the market for, if I call those the Mercedes and Rolls Royce, for
Yeah.
me, it was the Fiestas, if you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. The
But
guys on the ground.
on the ground,
Yeah.
absolutely at the heartbeat of everything. But what
Yeah.
was wonderful was the generosity of those very successful family businesses
Mm.
to
Mm.
share their insights and experience
Mm.
at our conferences.
Mm.
Met
Mm.
lords and ladies and princes and whatnot, because I think they saw that we were genuine. We wanted to help family business. Don't forget, in this country, there are over 5
Mm.
million of us in this country.
Yeah.
You're not part of a large corporate or in service, hospitals,
Mm.
police force, etc.
Mm.
Most small businesses are family run.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I did go to meet the head of the small business um, sector in government,
Mm.
and he was a lovely gentleman, but he'd never heard of the notion of family business because, as far as the government were concerned, they were all corralled into the
Mm.
small business SMEs.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Right.
But we know as
Yeah.
experts is the
Yeah.
nuances of family business
Yeah.
are many and varied,
Yeah.
etc. So
Yeah.
you can't corral them into something else.
No. No.
So I learned by talking to the other serious players.
Uh-huh.
I tried to understand what they knew,
Mm.
where they got their information from,
Mm.
and what their perception of family business
Mm.
was. And
Mm.
that really then gave me the insights um, to make sure I could deliver
Mm.
an organization, a proposition, an environment, an experience that
Mm.
addressed all those gaps
Mm. Yeah.
that no one had taken the time and trouble to do.
Yeah. Take a look at. Yeah.
That's right. And of course, when you start having conferences, and all my speakers at all the conferences were family members, no professional advisors.
Mm. Sure.
At the awards, yes, they were sponsors. We needed their money and it was great. And
Mm.
those that helped us, we were grateful for, you know?
Mm. Mm.
And then we did our when we did our regional forums, just family businesses were invited
Right.
because it's not really a hunting ground for other
Mm,
advisors. It's actually
mm, mm.
genuinely about
Yeah.
sharing
Yeah.
minds, problems, and also if it's a safe environment,
Mm,
and I was the MC, if you like, I could
mm,
ask those questions. So all our
mm.
they were all themed, so all
Yeah.
our conferences were themed like HR,
Yeah.
technology, buying and selling, a
Yeah.
family business,
Mm,
and. But it was a safe environment, and the speakers
mm,
that I got to talk about their experiences came because they trusted me and they trusted
mm.
my team. They trusted what we were
Yeah.
about.
Trust.
And I'd said to you, didn't I, when I started doing, I gave masterclasses and things about family business, and I have my own 7 pillars.
Mm,
So they're not business textbok things. And I
no.
think I spoke tonight: trust,
Yeah.
love, joy, kindness, creativity, agility, and courage. That's
Courage.
what it takes to
Mm,
run a successful family business. And
mm.
they're all emotional triggers
Yeah. Yeah.
because we do
Yes.
things because we're passionate about it.
Yeah.
If we're passionate about something, we do it really, really well.
Yes.
And if we're in the starting blocks because we're next generation and there is no next generation development,
Mm,
you know,
yeah.
what is now? I
Happens.
have choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can start the best WhatsApp, and I can,
Yeah.
I can start a solar farm in
Mm,
wherever,
yeah.
or I could just team up with some great. And I mentioned Mr. Beast to you, didn't I?
Uh-huh. Mr.
He was
Beast.
28 and became a billionaire. No
Yeah.
one told him how to market his videos.
Yeah.
Now, and when you talk to older people in marketing about Mr. Beast, they look at you with blank faces. I said, well, check him out. And he's created villages in the poorest parts of the
Mm,
world. He just
mm.
says, well, I think this is worth doing. I'll do it. Didn't
Yeah.
ask
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
And now the next generation are seriously, they don't have to ask people. They just meet up with other people that are
Mm,
bright and smart you
yeah.
know and I say to my family businesses, we're lucky if we're on the earth for
Mm,
80 years.
yeah. Yeah.
And I do this exercise with them, and I say, draw a line at one end, put
Mm.
the date you were born right
Uh-huh.
across,
Yep.
and at the other end, do just write the age you are going to be when you think you're going to die,
Okay.
and then on that line,
Map
put
it out.
your age group
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. No.
That's very sobering because that
Yeah.
distance,
Yeah.
family business, you've got to be able to cover
Yeah.
legacy, next
Yeah.
generation,
Yeah.
development,
Mm,
succession, growth,
yeah.
and
Mm,
it's a short time.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I do my discovery workshop days, we do that exercise. Okay.
Mm, mm,
And the other part of what I do on the days is it's all about listening,
yeah.
because we all like to fix things and we all know the way. And yes, it's been
Mm,
done before and it never worked. And this is the way my parents did it. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, etc. But
oh,
every generation, they have their own aspirations and they have their own dreams for the future.
yeah.
And it can be done within the means of the business, family business, because that provided their lifestyle anyway.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
must be respectful.
Yeah.
So listening, having respect, and listening to the stories of your ancestors
Mm,
is very, very, very important.
okay. Yeah.
So for me, it's all about the storytelling. It's all about listening to those stories, learning from them, networking with
Mm,
people that created different stories, learning from
yeah.
that, sharing them,
Yeah.
and networking amongst your network. And
Uh-huh.
no one should tell you how to do things, because
Mm,
some people, their
mm,
governance is written on one side of A4,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
others it's not written down
Yeah.
anything, and others it's a 40-page document that
Yeah.
is added to every year.
Yeah.
You just you,
It's so different.
you have to understand what the hearts and minds are. And you have to understand
Mm,
that not everyone is going to be rowing in the same direction.
mm,
But that doesn't mean to say they failed in their family
no,
business. That
no.
doesn't mean to say they are troublemakers. It
Yeah,
means that we have to pivot.
yeah.
At the end of the day, we love our family. Now,
Mm,
if we do anything to help them realize their dreams,
mm,
and also the money from a good
mm.
family business is going to be able to help that,
Yeah.
then that's important. So I coach women
Women.
of substantial wealth in family businesses.
Mm,
They've always been the person behind the scenes, behind the husband, taking
mm,
care of family. But
yeah,
when that husband or
yeah,
spouse
yeah,
is incapacitated because he's got an illness, an accident, has
yeah.
an affair, is killed,
Mm,
and they are in that situation where they are responsible not
right.
just for the livelihood of their family and keeping the family together and the business, but
Mm,
they will have inherited a fortune. But no one has
mm,
asked them, what do you want?
yeah.
What do you want now? It's your time. So
Mm,
everything I've ever done with family businesses in my coaching
mm,
and with all the work that I do and in my speaking,
mm,
it's all around um,
mm.
storytelling, really.
Storytelling.
And I've got loads of stories, and there isn't anything I haven't seen.
Yeah.
No one told me how to do that.
Yeah.
I was just a very smart cookie,
Yeah.
and I have a strong faith.
Yeah.
Never look back, always look forward. And don't
Mm,
forget, I started a business,
yeah.
lost a business. I
Yeah.
started another business,
Yeah.
closed a business. I
Right.
started another one,
Yeah.
closed that
Mm,
because of
yeah.
problems Amalia had with her acute postnatal depression. And
Okay.
I'm 66 and I've started another business. But
Okay.
all of them are businesses that have never been done before. So with
Okay.
Irene and Jenny, we're not a jewellery design
Yeah.
business. We tell stories through our jewellery design.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We turn memories into masterpieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's about keeping memories precious. So everything I've done in my life has been for the benefit of my family,
Mm.
but I've had to grow up. When I was running a design agency, my nickname was Ball Breaker Brightly
Okay.
because it was in the time when there were half a dozen of us that
Yeah.
ran design agencies of more than 6 people, and we were girls. It was
Mm.
dominated by men.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to be quicker, bigger eye, bigger
Yeah.
shoulder pads, bigger hair,
Yeah.
be tougher. And but you sort of you just it's a bit like being a boxer. You
Mm.
have to learn all the moves
Yeah.
and then you can. So now my
Yeah.
my job, because I've taken on another role, is to
Uh-huh.
and in my local the place I call my home now, my
Uh-huh.
job is to find the movers and shakers and move and shake them. So there you go.
Okay.
All right. So I'm involved in different things now as well.
Mm.
But for Irene and Jenny, the only business in the world that does what
Mm.
we do,
Right.
we design the pieces from old family
Mm.
heirlooms, and Amalia writes a legacy book with the provenance of all the stones, any
Mm.
stories that the client would like to include, any photographs.
Mm.
And for
Yeah.
a certain lady, Amalia wrote a poem of her life,
Wow. Mm.
and
Yeah.
it's a brand. So, and the world
Mm.
is our market.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know. And of course, there are the wonderful businesses like the Garrards and the Boodles and you
Mm.
know eh,
Mm.
all the other fantastic
Yeah.
jewellery brands, the Cartiers,
Mm.
and they are phenomenal. And a lot of those were set up as
Yeah.
families to
Some
start with,
families. Yeah.
but nobody is doing what we're doing
Yeah. Okay.
as a
Okay.
combination
Yeah.
offer
Yeah.
to families because we believe, particularly for women,
Mm.
power. I've said this before. Our power is in our past. Yes.
Mm.
Lily, you are you because of your mum, your
Mm.
grandmother, your aunties, your great
Mm.
parents, great, 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 great.
Mm.
You didn't get here on your own,
Mm.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And if you look back at those stories, I think one of the things that it encourages our
Mm.
clients who are mainly female to think about is all the other women in their lives and the pioneering things they did, or what
Mm.
was great about them, or
Mm.
things like what were the rituals that they did, because rituals are very important in
Yeah,
families.
rituals. Yeah,
What were the
yeah,
rituals?
yeah.
And of course, you're discovering all this stuff because we get to a point when all of us become grey
Mm.
and we are absolutely ghosted.
Mm. Mm.
So for me and Amalia, it's about bringing those stories to life again
Mm.
in modern pieces. This is,
Mm.
by the way,
Mrs. One.
this is
Okay.
my mother. And so actually that, you know, if you run a business and you run a family business, it has to be
Mm.
in your DNA, at your heart. It can be
Mm.
a modern one, it can pivot, it can change, you could sell
Mm.
it, you could do
Mm.
all sorts of things,
Yeah.
but you can't get another family.
Mm.
So, and that's very hard, particularly for men,
Mm.
just made differently. And
Mm.
for men, it's about focus, about winning, about getting there, about
Sure.
testosterone. And my dad did it, and etc. etc. Women, we know that we are much more
Mm.
natural thinkers. Family,
Mm.
home,
Yeah.
education,
Yeah.
caring, enterprise,
Mm.
business, philanthropy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The well-being of the people in our inner circle, in our community,
Mm.
around the world. Because with technology, women are meeting other mothers that are running businesses that could
Right.
be Muslims, that could be Hindus,
Yeah.
that could
All
be from
sorts.
other, you
Yeah.
know. And a very, very special person to me I was introduced to was, he's now a Lord Ranny Ranger. And he came over to England with £20 and a typewriter. I'll leave you to look up his story, but I
Mm.
did produce a video of
Mm.
his life.
Okay.
And he came here and he started off working for Colonel Sanders, KFC. And then later on, it was PC World.
Ah.
And then he realized in distribution that there were lots of products coming back that were
Mm.
damaged. So he started his thing on his own, just making sure that the clients he was dealing with were getting
Right.
products
Right. Mm.
safely and in the right way. And
Yeah.
he grew his own distribution business called Sunmark. That started it.
Mm.
When
Mm.
I met him, and now, I mean, they're a global multi-million-pound business,
Mm.
and and he opened his heart to lots of South Asian businesses to me,
Mm. Mm.
and I'm so thankful for him because I wouldn't have met
Ah.
Jason Wahura of East End Foods. I would never have met
Ah.
our last Prime Minister, who,
Mm.
um, Rishi,
Yep.
our Prime Minister. I wouldn't have met um, Irene Ranger, who was a Conservative MP for her. She was in the family. I would never met his wife, Rena. I would never met the people that
Mm.
franchised Holiday Inns. They were all Indian and Pakistan. I would never have met. Um, Trying to think now because it got me there, but lots of other,
Mm.
and they are a community of immigrants that came with nothing and
Mm.
through hard
Yeah.
work and for family being at the centre of everything, worked every
Mm.
day of their lives and got their
Mm.
families involved in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I met somebody who was Polish. And again, then I thought, this is cool. So you're building your business,
Mm.
okay? Ask the people that get
Mm.
you
Mm.
and ask them to recommend you
Mm. Yeah.
because that's really how you go about it in family business. And in today's
Mm.
world, business is personal.
Mm. Yeah.
It is only personal.
Mm. Yeah.
And with the forums that I used to run, we would often talk about um, the ebb and flow of the economy. Because if you have run a multi-generational business, you will have
Mm.
weathered the tides.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Mm.
many businesses do
Yeah.
when the shit hit the fan?
Mm.
Okay. So
Mm.
now we're at a point now where we're going through another really difficult time. So what
Mm.
are the issues facing family businesses now?
Family.
They have to
Yeah.
keep the wall from the door.
Yeah.
have to make sure their people are looked after.
Yeah.
And, and of course, the thing that goes out the window when there's a recession, two things. One
Mm.
is training.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is advertising.
Yeah.
All
Mm.
right, because they're nice to haves and
Yeah.
they're much needed, but they don't
Mm.
take a priority.
Yeah.
But that's also the time when you or
Mm.
me, can be thinking about, okay, what do they need? And that's when we need to pivot. In
Yeah.
these difficult times,
Mm.
they still have to have, a model for succession. They still
Mm.
have people in the
Yeah.
business, their family that shouldn't be there. They
Yeah.
still have people in the business but they know are smarty, but they might not, carry the favour of everybody else on the board.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
still haven't yet separated family
Mm.
from the business.
Yeah.
They still haven't really understood
Yeah.
the, if it's not sorted, if you don't have a proper
Mm.
um, governance structure, it will end in tears.
Mm.
But
Mm.
even in these times, even more so, because
Mm.
the next generation will have skills and abundance
Yeah.
you don't even understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So listening is really important. Pivoting is
Listening.
really important.
Yeah.
Bringing those next generations are important.
Mm.
Lighting their fire is important.
Mm.
Impassioning them. That's a good word, isn't it? Impassioning. Be
Mm.
passionate, because if you're not, how can you
Yeah.
expect your
Yes.
children?
Powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a particular family business, I won't mention names, but they start off as jewelers. And with every generation, the next generation, if they decided there was something else they'd like to do, they had to put a business plan together,
Mm.
a proper
Okay.
one, take it to
Mm.
the family,
Mm.
and the family would assign some of their
Mm.
wealth to
Mm.
supporting that
Mm.
with
Okay.
every generation.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
what was a family business in jewellery then became a hotelier, then went into building medical centres around the world, then went into
Mm.
esports.
Wow.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So pivoting, listening, but doing it with your
Mm.
business hat on.
Mm.
Have to make a profit.
Yeah. Profit.
Have to make a
Mm.
profit. But how you do it and what you do with that profit
Mm.
is your gift, isn't it?
Mm.
As a head of a family business or as
Yeah.
a leader in a family business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've lived by that, really, you know.
Mm. Sure. I mean, thank you for sharing because I really like
You're
talk about a
welcome.
story about stories. It sounds like stories are really the red thread that has gone through your entire life and all of your businesses, all the way from Family Business Place to your branding and marketing agency and Irene and Jenny is all like valuing the stories and I guess the people behind those stories. And and I really hear that like pivoting is a real power of like being nimble and flexible and then like
And
seeing
having the
what's out there.
courage. And particularly with Amalia, we're a mother and daughter business. And I
Mm,
was only a weekend mum because I was on a plane somewhere doing stuff. And my husband, we had a role first. My husband looked after the children.
mm,
So when Amalia got over her, and she got her mojo back, I said, "What do you want us to do?" And she said, "I want to be able to take my boys to school in the mornings and pick them up in the afternoon."
mm. Okay. Yeah.
So that became the basis for
Mm,
our flexible model
okay.
because I could help.
Irene and Jenny.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
could help. So if she couldn't get to networking meetings or couldn't be
Mm,
at speaking opportunities or couldn't see a
mm.
client or meet one
Yeah.
of our experts, I could do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Because come 3 o'clock, she is mum.
Mm,
Right?
okay. Yeah.
She's got great skills that I'm rubbish at. She's a great writer. She's a great organizer. She's a great business person. She's a great social
Mm.
media person, PR. People love her. And I'm just the quirky sort of creative, what would I call myself? Creative nutcase, really.
Okay.
That's what turns me
Quirky, creative nutcase. That's
on.
your words, okay?
Yeah. And so that's really what turns me on. That's what enables me to do the things and create the things that no one else can imagine.
Mm,
And
mm.
if I can create something in this business
Yeah.
of heirloom jewellery
Yeah.
that someone could imagine, I failed.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay? So everything I've ever designed, the client
Mm.
has never imagined.
Wow. Okay.
And I
Okay.
don't work with new gems. I
Mm.
only
Right.
work with
The old ones.
I'm given
Yeah.
because they're pieces that have the stories.
Mm. The stories.
All
Yeah.
the stories. And then it's my job.
Yeah.
I suppose it's the ultimate sustainability because it's the riches of your
Yeah.
it's not about how much it cost,
Mm.
how much it means to you now. Because I've
Mm.
said to Amalia, when I pass,
Mm.
I'm half Chinese, my grandsons are blonde. Amalia looks like she's Mexican. I said, but when I pass, she's the memory keeper because
Mm.
unless our family is history is written down or
Mm.
made into something, it might be a building, it could be a piece of jewellery, it could be a piece of art.
Mm.
But
Mm.
unless that story is told,
Mm.
then the stories of
Mm.
Mark before me will be lost forever. And that's what we say to our clients.
Mm.
Time to tell me everything.
Mm. Tell me everything. I know.
Because
I know.
pieces that I design are for
Mm.
you, but also for the next generation. Because
Mm.
they can be remodeled again and added to. The
Mm.
book can be added to. The
Mm.
photographs can be added to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, it's very emotional because
Mm.
until someone's asked you things, we
Mm.
tend to put things in boxes, don't we? I am a ball breaking lawyer.
Okay.
People come to me because I
Yeah.
always win.
Yeah.
I am in the construction industry where everyone is a guy.
Mm.
All right. They're not
Yeah.
interested in I've been told off very often for my softy skills. We don't want to know that soft stuff, right?
Oh.
It could be, oh my goodness, I have trekked the Arctic,
Yeah.
you know, on my own. Who does that? You
Sure.
know. So that's why it's really, really important. And also I'm a great believer in if you don't do good, you haven't got a good business. And so, I
Mm.
trek around
Yeah.
the world for
Oh,
charity.
yes. Yep.
and
Yep.
um, and I'm involved with a fantastic initiative to build coffee village and hospitality training for
Mm.
um, youngsters in Uganda. So that's going to be my lifelong philanthropy. But
Oh.
I've raised money and travelled all over the world and started an initiative with small business called My 10 Days, which encouraged
Oh, I didn't
small
know
business
that.
and family businesses to
Mm.
give one member of staff 10 days, 10 members of staff 1 day, two,
Mm.
five, five,
Okay.
two, to do something amazing. And it doesn't
Mm.
come out of their salary.
Mm.
And I had my web developer, he went to Rwanda and helped complete a library.
Oh.
And when he came back, he said, I would never have done that if I'd have had to have given up my holiday.
Oh. I love that. Oh
So we,
my.
we set up this huge initiative and it was wonderful. And family businesses all took it on. And
Yeah.
they all did. And I think at the end of our tenure
Mm.
with our family business community, we built 35 borehole wells in Uganda.
Wow.
Each borehole well gives
Mm.
gives water to between 200 and 2,000 people in a village. You
Wow.
know the stories that it's mainly women and children that walk 2K each
Yeah.
way to get water, to bring it
Mm.
back, and everything that happens to them in between.
Mm.
And so whenever we're going through a bad day, I remember thinking
Mm.
about Uganda, thinking,
Mm.
I may have had the shittiest day. Someone else has had a shittier day than me because they died, or
Oh,
because they were raped, or
yeah.
because
Yeah.
food to eat, or you
Mm. Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
So unless you do good things, you'll
Mm.
never have a good business.
Mm.
That's
Yeah, I love that. Oh.
the family businesses. Their philanthropy
Mm.
is unimaginably
Mm.
priceless. I
Mm.
believe in
Yeah.
making money. I believe in wealth growth
Mm.
because
Mm.
I believe that the more money you have, the more
Mm.
you make an impact on the world.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the part of it. the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I love that. What a full circle of kind of going back to that trip that you had in Uganda, and that friend who just said Friday to Monday. And imagine if you had said no. I mean, you wouldn't be yourself. Like it would be not Anita to have said no. But I mean, what a powerful,
And
impact.
I've always done internships. And part of that, I write a program a year or 18 months. But in
Mm,
that is a training program. We do it together. And then in that, part of it, they have to volunteer,
mm, okay.
right?
Yeah.
When they come to me, I say to them, okay, if you want to do this, I can help you. Give your job up tomorrow, but you have to give your job up tomorrow, not like think about it.
Yeah.
Then you work with me 4 days a week, 3 days a week, and no money. But
Mm,
part of it is you have to
mm,
volunteer.
okay.
By volunteering, you're
Yeah.
giving yourself without any financial reward.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Volunteers, in the charity sector is probably the hardest thing is to get people to give their time up for free. You
Money.
have to find something you would
Okay.
enjoy that
Mm.
needs a volunteers where you can make a difference to someone else's life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So even in my business and even in, when I'm helping next generation or other
Mm.
people that want careers,
Mm.
they came to me because their confidence was on the floor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
help build their confidence,
Yeah.
and also by going into places where people are desperate or don't have what you have and you're volunteering, that
Mm.
shows you how far you have come,
Mm.
how far you can go. And when you get there, all I say is when you get to be that big,
Mm.
fantastic designer business person,
Yeah.
pay it forward.
Yeah. Pay it forwards. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think I think it's really inspiring to hear about the impact and the work that you've done and the people that you've got to know and then support through your businesses. Um, Maybe one last question from me. If there was somebody listening who's thinking about going into business with their family, because of course there's lots of stigma around, lots of warnings out there to not mix family and business, but I know that you and I have very different opinion. What would your message to that person be who's thinking about it?
Okay. If you're thinking about going to business with a member of your family, depending on the generation,
Mm,
you need to agree what the vision for your life is.
mm,
What does the business need to give you in order to be able to
mm,
realize that vision? So that's one. So you
okay.
have a common vision.
Vision.
The other is to identify the individual skill sets
Yeah.
so you don't tread on each other's toes.
Yeah.
Then you have to do as normal, put a strategy, how are you going to do it,
Mm,
who they are, what's the price point, la la la. But
mm,
the other really important thing is boundaries.
mm, mm.
We're at work, because you can always get another business, you can't get another family. When we're at work,
Yeah.
we're in business. So I
Yeah.
was never called mum in my business. I was always called Anita.
Me too.
As soon as you close that office door, or as soon as you leave that business premises,
Yeah.
you are then back to being the cousin, the brother, the sister, the mother, the father.
Mm,
That's sacrosanct. And you don't
yeah.
take business
Yeah.
conversations home with you.
Mm,
That's really important for a couple of reasons. One is
okay.
because if you're taking that home with you, all the next generation ever hear about are the squabbles and the
Yeah.
difficult things, because you
Yeah.
and they think, I just don't want to have a life like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They also think, where are my parents? Because
Yeah.
you're absent
Mm,
parents. It's really
yeah.
hard. You might say, well, I'm doing it for
Yeah.
absent parent. Be a
Mm,
present parent.
yeah.
So that's why boundaries are really important.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then governance. What does the map look like?
Mm,
The first 6 months, 12
yeah.
months.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't see beyond 5 years because the world's a different place. But,
Sure.
for us, when we revisit that every 6 months, we take stock.
Mm, mm,
Every year we take stock. And then
mm,
that enables us then to think that's going well, that's not going well. We need to pivot here. The economy is changing. I see
mm,
these bright ideas coming. The world is just different. But I think there's that. And of course, the biggest gift of all is, and we're not good at that with our family, listening. Listen to each
Mm. Mm.
listen, not just hear what they're saying, but
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the hardest thing because we're in a world of being bombarded with solutions. We fix
Mm.
everything. No one does it better than me. I know better than you.
Mm.
I've
Quite
been
big on
advised
that.
by my coaches. I've been blah, 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 blah. It's like
Mm.
done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you make sure then your values are always aligned. Your values are always the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's only ever two reasons why family businesses disintegrate.
Mm.
Education, okay?
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
hard enough to talk to your parents if you're not in business together, let alone
Pretty hard.
if there's money and there's power and there's skills and there's
Yeah.
fortune involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other is governance.
Governance.
What's the plan?
Yeah.
Have we agreed the plan?
Yeah.
Is it written down?
Yeah.
Is it recorded?
Yeah.
Is it a living plan?
Yeah.
How do we share it?
Yeah.
Okay. We all have to have the plan.
Yeah.
Have you watched my big binge at the moment is Money Heist? Have you watched that?
Oh, I haven't. No. Money Heist. That's. Go on. Go on. Go on.
So I think Spanish. And
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
and
There is Casa de Papel in
yeah,
Spanish.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all dubbed in English. But
Okay.
you know, he has the plan. And in fact,
Yeah.
when they raid the where the gold bullion's sorted,
Yeah.
and all these emotions are happening, but actually stick to the plan.
Hmm.
So it's a very, very good. It's brilliant. I
Hmm.
think
Yeah.
the writing, script writing, and everything is brilliant. And there's the people and everything, but it's all about the plan. And so if
Hmm.
you so you need to watch that. You need
Yeah.
to watch Succession. Definitely need to watch Succession because that is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Hmm.
Um, and of course the other thing to watch is what's just won all those Emmys?
Adolescents just won a lot of Emmys.
If that teaches you anything, it's that you know
Hmm.
nothing.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's really, really important. And the other one to watch is Yellowstone. Of course, that is. Yellowstone. Of course, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Yeah.
Oh, Godfather. Yeah,
Okay.
Godfather.
Sure.
So
Oh,
it's sort of like Shakespeare and everything, isn't it? Really.
sure. Yeah.
Where would we be without
I say
Shakespeare?
that. Yeah. I say that a lot.
So there are certain films that I get people to watch, and there's a fantastic YouTube thing with a teacher in America, and when I'm doing my listening with the families I work with, I always play it. You
Hmm.
know.
Sure. Who's the teacher in America?
Yeah, now I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
I can't
Cool.
remember her name, but anyway, it's very, very powerful. And
Mm.
listening, and Simon Sinek does a really good one on listening as well. So
Ooh.
Simon Sinek's great. So
Mm.
there's a few people, but you don't need to be a walking encyclopedia to be able to do the job you're doing. So you're
Mm.
an inspiration. How old are you?
Me, I'm 29.
29 years old, baby. Here doing your stuff.
Yeah.
You have the courage to ask people,
Yeah.
tell them what you're doing, and
Mm.
not to be shot down in flames,
No.
but because you know you're bad, you know. Then you just ask one person at a time, and everyone
Yeah.
is
Chipping
important
away.
in your life. Chip, chip, chip away, pivot, pivot,
Yeah.
pivot,
Yeah.
pivot, 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 and you'll get there. And
Yeah.
you're getting there. You're already doing it.
Yeah. So thank you. I think yeah, without it, I literally wouldn't have done anything. Like my whole life story so far has been about pivoting, failing. I mean, I know we talk about it all the time. Like, okay, this kind of crappy thing happened. I've learned that didn't work. Now I'm doing this, pivoting. It's every part of it.
But the epidemic, I think, in your generation and next generation under you is,
Hmm.
I think, because of what's happening out there with AI and the internet and the world, is
Mm.
individual person, boy, girl, doesn't have a purpose.
Mm.
don't know their purpose.
Sure.
They are measuring themselves against what seems to be success. They're always
Mm.
going to fail.
Right.
And
Yeah.
of course, that is at the heart of mental
Yeah.
health problems,
Yeah.
suicide,
Yeah.
anger management, all those things.
Yeah. Sure.
It's a bit like I was saying, our power is in our past.
Mm.
Your
Mm.
courage and what you're doing
Mm.
was
Mm.
born out of what
Mm.
your mum
What's
did, your
happened?
grandmother, your auntie, your great
Yeah.
grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what gives you your power. And my job is to give people confidence to be the best they can be.
Mm. Yeah.
And
Love
and
it.
everyone has something to contribute, and everyone can be great in their own way,
Yeah.
but they have to believe in themselves. And I think that's the difficult to
Sure.
get people to, one, believe in
Right.
themselves. Secondly, is
Mm.
to trigger ideas where they might see a purpose.
Mm. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it
Absolutely.
doesn't mean being a footballer or footballer's wife,
No.
down in the next app,
Yeah.
or whatever. It
Mm.
doesn't have to be that, and it won't be
Yeah.
that, but it
Yeah.
could be something else.
Sure. Sure. I love it. I love it because I'm really hearing, purpose, strength, courage, being able to kind of fail and pivot or just pivot after success, even when it's going well, to listen and take care of each other. Um, and on that note, it seems like a really great place, I suppose, to wrap up this episode. Anita, I just want to say a big, big, big thank you for
Well,
sharing.
thank you for asking me.